If you're coming to LA, do not waste your time on the wrong things.
Most visitors head straight for Hollywood Boulevard, take a picture with a dirty and cracked star on the sidewalk, or you hop on one of these big tour buses and just sit in traffic. And then you go home thinking LA is just overrated. But that's not the LA that locals love. I've lived here for 6 years, and I've explored around every corner of this city, and have helped countless friends and viewers like you plan their perfect trip. In this video, I'm showing you the 5 places I actually send my own friends and family when they come to town. Trust me, this is the list you want.
I'm Michael in the city. Welcome to LA.
Los Angeles is massive. Beaches, mountains, food, art, entertainment. You could spend weeks here and still miss the best parts. It can be overwhelming. So where should you actually go? Let's get into my real top 5 and make it simple. The first place I tell everyone to visit is Griffith Park, specifically the Griffith Observatory. It's perched high above the city, and when you're standing there, you get that I've arrived in LA feeling. You've seen this place in La La Land and dozens of other films, and it's cinematic in every way. I tell people to come here because it combines everything I love about LA. The Art Deco architecture of the building, the panoramic city views, urban hiking, and of course, the sunsets. It's a great introduction to the area that can really ground you on the map to see how the neighborhoods all connect together, from downtown to Hollywood and on out to the ocean. The observatory opened in 1935 and has been free admission ever since, thanks to Griffith J. Griffith, the mining millionaire who donated the land to the city with the dream that every resident should have access to the stars. You can see the Hollywood sign in the distance to the west, and downtown LA to the east from the various observation platforms. Head up to the rooftop to see the telescopes and the full view of the LA basin. You can get to the top of the hill by either hiking or driving. If you want my favorite way to get to the top, start your hike from the Ferndale, this lush, shaded creek trail at the base of Los Feliz Boulevard. It feels almost like a tropical rainforest in the middle of the city. As you climb higher, the skyline starts to reveal itself piece by piece. Also, parking at the bottom of the hill is free, which helps you avoid the paid parking and dealing with the traffic and crowds up at the top. You can climb higher above the observatory on the Mount Hollywood Trail, which will take you deeper into Griffith Park. It gets hot up here and there's little shade, so bring water to stay hydrated. My tip, go late in the afternoon and stay through sunset. Watch the city glow orange and pink, and then see the city lights light up below. It's hands down the most cinematic way to start your LA visit. When people imagine LA, they picture the beach, and there's no place that captures the city's creative energy quite like Venice Beach. There's so many pockets of this part of LA that are special and are worth your time to visit for at least a full day. Venice is the perfect mix of craziness and charm. You've got street performers, murals, skaters, surfers, and locals all colliding into one electric scene. But just a few blocks away, you'll find the peaceful Venice canals, where everything just slows down. It's one of the most visited places in Southern California because it's where the ocean and art come together. On the boardwalk, you'll see the Venice Art Walls, which is a graffiti artist playground that's always changing. Watch the skaters at the skate park, which is out in the middle of the beach, and then take a walk out onto the pier to get closer to the waves. Venice was founded in 1905 by Abbot Kinney, who literally wanted to recreate Venice, Italy, with canals and gondolas here in Southern California. The original network was much larger.
One of the things that's interesting is a lot of the present-day roadways in Venice used to be canals just like these. And with the increased adoption of cars, it was just really impractical to have that many canals and not enough places to drive those cars. So a lot of the canals got filled in, and this district is really the only area that was protected.
Many of the streets are still lined with those early century craftsman-style homes, and it's a great place to just take a walk and relax. Then there's Abbot Kinney Boulevard, which GQ magazine once called the coolest block in America. This is the kind of place that people who live in LA know about, but visitors would have no idea that this was here unless somebody told you about it. So I'm going to tell you about it. Boutique shops, art galleries, and some of the best coffee and food in LA line this street. Borough is my go-to spot for cards and extra things for the house, while Levain brings those famous New York cookies to the West Coast, and brands like Todd Snyder, Buck Mason, and Aloe bring a modern, trendy, and sophisticated mix for shopping. Oh, and Erewhon brings $20 smoothies to attract attention. On Rose Avenue, which is just a short walk away, there's a cluster of restaurants like American Beauty, Flake, Wabi, and Cinque Terre West that have a real neighborhood vibe and outdoor seating.
There's a lot more to do in Venice than just go to the beach. So I want to share with you my perfect day itinerary beyond the beach.
Grab a coffee and brunch at Fig Tree on the boardwalk, or the popular vegan The Butcher's Daughter to get energy for the morning. Then wander down to the boardwalk as the art vendors are getting set up for the day and the locals are going about their morning runs. Walk over to Abbot Kinney Boulevard and the side streets to explore the street art and browse the shops. Grab a sandwich from Justa or a burger from the window at American Beauty, before then heading over to the canals for a little quiet serenity. End your day back at the beach for the sunset over the water. After sunset, step into one of the wine bars for a drink like Only the Wild Ones, before getting dinner at Felix or Jelena. There's nothing quite like it. Heading north along the coast, the third place I always take my friends is Malibu, LA's ultimate escape. The drive up the Pacific Coast Highway is an experience all on its own. Ocean on one side, mountains on the other. It really feels like a movie, and that's because so many movies actually were filmed here. I bring my visiting friends out here to the Malibu beaches because it really is that relaxing escape from the craziness of the city. There's so many ways to make great memories here by eating at beachfront restaurants, walking along the pier near the lagoon, or taking your dog to the dog beach. Malibu stretches for 21 miles and is home to some of the most beautiful beaches and surf breaks in the world, like Zuma, Point Dume, and Surfrider Beach, where surf culture was basically born. If you like hiking, there are several popular and easy hikes in the hills above Malibu, including Escondido Falls Trail and the Zuma Canyon Trail. For lunch, skip the hype of Nobu and go to Paradise Cove. This is one of the few places where you can literally eat with your feet in the sand. I've had a great time every time I've been here, and having your lunch so close to the ocean in a quiet cove is always a memorable highlight. Don't forget the validation from the restaurant for parking to avoid the parking fee. Many of Malibu's beaches, including El Matador, which is my personal favorite, are part of the California State Park system, which means that they're open to the public, even though they sit beneath multi-million-dollar homes. The secret is just knowing where to park and then taking the public beach access staircases down. While you're in Malibu, head to El Matador Beach. This is one of the most photographed places in California, with sea caves and towering rock formations sticking out of the water. It's easier to get parking here if you come during the week or very early in the day. You'll see why it's a favorite spot for photographers and models alike. Next, we're heading to one of the most timeless corners of Los Angeles, the Fairfax and Melrose District, which is home to my fourth recommendation for you, the original farmers market. You've heard me in my other videos talk about LA food being a destination in itself. There's the popular Grand Central Market downtown, and of course there are the neighborhood restaurants in the various communities like Koreatown and many others. For something that's easily accessible, maximizes your time, and gives you a mix of creative flavors, I think you should come here to the corner of West 3rd Street and Fairfax. This by no means is like your neighborhood weekend farmers market at home. There's something special about this place. Since 1934, the farmers market has been a gathering spot for locals and visitors. It's a living piece of LA's history that still feels as vibrant today as it must have decades ago. The smell of coffee and barbecue in the air, the sound of people chatting along communal tables, the mix of old neon signs and vintage food stalls. It's like stepping into another era, but somehow it's completely LA right now. You can wander from stall to stall and find everything like fresh produce, handmade crepes, spicy gumbo, empanadas, and that perfectly simple donut that you'll probably end up coming back for before you leave. You can eat your way around the world here with French cuisine like Monsieur Marcel and the French crepes, Latin flavors from Nana's and El Granero, really popular Brazilian steak from Pampas Grill, and slices of Americana from Dupar's Diner and Phil's Deli. Across the street from the market is the Grove shopping district. The Grove reminds you of Main Street, USA, with a trolley car running down the middle with popular brand stores all around. Christmas time at the Grove is always festive with fake snow falling from the sky and one of the tallest, albeit fake, Christmas trees on the west side of LA standing tall. And just past neighboring CBS Television City along Wilshire Boulevard, the city shifts gears again with the Los Angeles County Museum of Art and the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures, which are reminders that film, art, shopping, and day-to-day life all coexist within a few blocks of each other here. The LA County Museum of Art is where you'll find this collection of 1920s and 1930s street lamps that form the striking urban light installation. Inside the Academy Museum, you'll find movie memorabilia like costumes, props, and sets from across the movie universe. Back at the market as the sun sets, grab a table for a sit-down dinner at Monsieur Marcel and enjoy their French-inspired menu that includes everything from seafood to steak frites. Get ice cream or a slice of pie from one of the vendors around the market to wind down a great day. Finally, to round out my top 5, I'm recommending you visit the Getty, one of LA's most treasured art and cultural hubs. There are 2 locations of this museum collection, the Getty Center in Brentwood and the Getty Villa near Malibu. Both are absolutely worth visiting and are free admission to enter.
I always suggest for people to come to the Getty because it's free, it has a great exhibit, and amazing views.
The Getty Center is perched high above the 405 freeway in Brentwood with panoramic views of the city. Its modern architecture is artwork in itself, all travertine stone, geometric lines, and serene gardens. The bulk of oil tycoon J. Paul Getty's collection is here at the center, along with the Research Institute Library. Meanwhile, the Getty Villa is modeled after a Roman country house out in the Palisades neighborhood of West LA. Visiting here is like stepping straight into ancient Italy, right on the California coast. It miraculously survived the devastating Palisades fire of January 2025 and has now reopened to the public. The villa has Greek and Roman art and sculpture, while the center has paintings, photographs, and collection pieces from the Renaissance to modern times. The Getty often has visiting exhibitions and annually hosts hundreds of scholars and researchers in residence. The Conservation Institute supports art conservation efforts worldwide in an effort to preserve history and cultural heritage. Over 2 million visitors come to the Getty each year to take advantage of this amazing cultural treasure right in the heart of LA's West Side. Just pay for parking and ride this tram to the top of the hill. Even if you're not an art person, go for the views. Pack a picnic, stroll the sculpture gardens, and take in that perfect mix of culture and California sunshine. On Saturday nights, the center is open late into the evening. There are often live performances and other events at the center, so check out the calendar before you go.
So that's my top 5 LA Essential Starter Pack. Which of those are you going to add to your itinerary while you're in town?
I think author Joy Yoon said it best. When it comes to a metropolis as big and expansive as Los Angeles, finding something to do isn't the issue. It's figuring out where to start. You might have noticed I didn't include Hollywood Boulevard or Rodeo Drive. And they're fine if you really want to see them, but they don't show you the real LA.
These are the 5 places that I always recommend to my friends and family when they visit, and I hope you love them as much as I do.
Now I want to hear from you. Which of these spots would you hit first when you're visiting LA? Or if you're a local, what would you add to the list? I love hearing how people experience the city differently.
I'm Michael in the city, and this is LA. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.